The Afton family is one of the most tragic and twisted parts of the Five Nights at Freddy's universe. Each member has a story, some filled with regret, some with horror, and others with a fate worse than death. Michael Afton is the character we've seen most in the series, but his full story is still filled with mystery. We know he's William Afton's son, and we know he's been through a lot, both at his father's hands and at his own mistakes. Michael starts off as a bully. In FNAF 4, we see him tormenting his younger brother, constantly scaring him with the Foxy mask, but it goes too far. On his brother's birthday, Michael and his friends take the funny joke to the next level, shoving his little brother into Fredbear's robotic mouth. What was meant to be a joke turns into a nightmare as Fredbear's jaw clamps down, crushing his skull. Michael never meant for it to happen, but that doesn't change the fact that it did. After this, something changes in Michael. He goes from being a tormentor to a victim. After the incident, Michael felt immense guilt, and eventually he would turn his attention to stopping his father's evil. Following his father's directions, he's led to Circus Baby's entertainment and rentals. There, he gets tricked into getting scooped by Ennard, a mix of animatronics including his own sister, which we'll talk about later. His body is used as a disguise for them to escape, but unlike most FNAF deaths, Michael doesn't just die, he keeps going. His body rots, turning purple like his father's, but he doesn't stop moving. Michael doesn't just want to survive, he wants to end his father's legacy. He hunts him down, going from pizzeria to pizzeria, and eventually he finds him, trapped inside Springtrap. Michael burns the place down, hoping to finish it, but William, his father, doesn't die that easily. Even when Michael sets up Freddy Fazbear's pizza place in FNAF 6, trying to gather all the haunted animatronics, including his father, and burn them all together, it still doesn't end. Michael likely dies in that fire, but William keeps coming back. Elizabeth was never meant to die. Unlike her brothers, she was her father's favorite. She listened to him and obeyed what he said, but ultimately, it was her disobedience that got her killed. William warns her never to go near Circus Baby, but she didn't listen. She wanted to see the animatronic he had built. When she finally got the chance, she stepped too close, and Circus Baby took her. An ice cream claw extended, grabbed her, and pulled her inside. By the time anyone realized what had happened, Elizabeth was already gone. But she didn't just die. Like so many before her, her soul possessed the animatronic that killed her. Circus Baby was no longer just a machine. She was Elizabeth. And unlike the others, she knew what she was. She wasn't just an angry spirit like the murdered children. She was something else. She still acted like a child, but she had a sinister side. She tricked Michael into getting scooped, all so that she and the other Funtime animatronics could escape inside his body. Even after Ennard split apart, Baby rebuilt herself into Scrap Baby and returned for FNAF 6. This time, she wasn't following her father. She wanted control. But in the end, she burned with the rest of them, or at least that's what she thought. Because in Security Breach, we see pieces of Baby inside the blob, meaning part of her might still be out there. We don't know his real name for sure, but most people believe the crying child's name is Evan Afton. And out of everyone in the Afton family, he suffered the most. He was terrified of the animatronics, and for good reason. He had nightmares about them, ones that weren't just in his head, but real. His own father had been watching him through a Fredbear plush, tracking his every move, knowing his fear and doing nothing to stop it. Then came the bite. On his birthday, Michael and his friends shoved him into Fredbear's mouth as a joke, but Fredbear bit down, crushing his skull.
Was that the bite of 87?
His last moments were spent in a coma, trapped in a nightmare, with only the voice of his father telling him he'd put him back together. But did he? Some theories suggest that Evan's soul became Golden Freddy alongside Cassidy, one of the original missing children. Others think his consciousness was transferred into another form. Either way, his fate is still one of the most tragic in the entire series. William Afton, the murderer, the scientist, the man behind the slaughter. William wasn't always a killer. He was a businessman, a co-founder of Fredbear's Family Diner alongside Henry Emily. But something inside him broke. After the loss of his son to the robotic jaws of Fredbear, he became a murderer, luring kids into the back room and killing them one by one. But even death couldn't stop him. His own creations turned on him, trapping him in the spring bodysuit, leading to the infamous Springtrap. He burned in FNAF 3, he burned in FNAF 6. He was crushed by the blob in Security Breach, but no matter what, he always finds a way back. Whether it's through Glitch Trap, Burn Trap, or something else entirely, William never stays dead. the biggest mystery of them all. We don't know much about what happened to William's wife, only that she's not really in the picture. Some theories say she left after seeing what her husband had become. Others say she died, maybe even at his hands. One of the more popular theories is that she became Ballora, the ballerina animatronic in Sister Location. If that's true, that would mean that William built an animatronic version of his wife after she was gone. And given what we know about him, that wouldn't be surprising. The Afton family's story is one of tragedy, obsession, and horror. Michael tried to stop it, Elizabeth embraced it, Evan was a victim of it, and William, he created it. With the Mimic possibly bringing back Afton's influence, the cycle isn't over. Because as long as Fazbear Entertainment keeps bringing back things that should have stayed dead, William Afton will always come back. Please subscribe as it really helps the channel grow. I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you, and goodbye.